Hello, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. My people, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on your location. Today is Saturday, the 13th of January 2024. Ndị be anyị ekenekwa m unu, ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, unu mana ịzọ nwere onwe anyị na-azọ ọka bịara n'isi njedebe. So ụtụtụ niile na ụbọchị niile ana m abịakwa ike na unu ka anyị malụ na agwọ ada arapụ ịchụ ife ọ na-achọ until o nwetie. So my people, taa bụ Saturday, ana m abịa by this time ka onyele onye ọbụla efe iji lụọ ọlụ na bie dịka ndị na-alụ ọlụ oyibo befa na-akwasasị onye ọbụla sị ka ya welu Saturday sie nri dozie ụlọ fụkwa na ụmụaka. So by this time nji abịa, I just want to call on those who are around to join me, like and share, so that we will continue with our evangelism about Biafra. Trust me, as soon as Biafra comes, we will reduce the way we come online, because I know some people might be complaining. But my brother, my sister, don't complain. This is the only sacrifice we have to make for Biafra to come. So join me this morning that we may continue doing what we know how to do best, even though we are not professionals in broadcasting. So before I continue, I have to thank God. Almighty and ever-living God, merciful Father, you know that we, your children, cannot do without you. I am thanking you on behalf of my fellow Biafrans all over the world. I thank you today. I glorify your holy name, Father Lord. You are a great God, and we must serve and show you appreciation. Please release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for us. He is our leader. We love him. He's a great man, a very trustworthy man. That's why he is where he is today. Father Lord, if you can release Paul and Silas so many years ago, please release him for us. I pray also for the protection of our current leader, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a great man, a wonderful man, a man that doesn't listen to anything but to get Biafra for us. Protect him and guide him. Guide all Biafrans. He say, my people, join me. This is the best time for us to continue. Join me. If you look at the title of this program, I said the trending news. You know, recently, our Prime Minister introduced the collection of data in Biafra across the world. However, one of his cabinet ministers, Professor Chioma, who is directly in charge, she decided that there should be a lecture on what data collection is, what it means, how we are going to use it, and the functions. So my people, I want you to listen to the following. He said, if you want to locate your state, send a message to de facto government on this WhatsApp that will be created. The WhatsApp number is +31 68 55 16 243. Join me, my people. This trending news is very interesting for us to know. Right now, our Prime Minister has just displayed on his Twitter handle that Biafra Liberation Army Sniper Squad is going to be unveiled soon. Ndị be anyị ekenekwa m unu o, na-egekwanụ ntị na nke na-aga kịta. Biafra Liberation Army nwelu ndị a na-akpọ Sniper Squad. Nya ndị nkefa na-apụ ọkụ. Agha nkefa bụ abịa nụọ ya dịka etu egbe na-esi n'elu bịa buru nwa ọkụkọ move ozugbo ozugbo. Ọ ụdị ndị a ka a na-azụ kịta. Maka na Biafra Liberation Army dị njikere. Unu amarọ ndị zoo. They have a lot of things in their cupboard. So our Prime Minister, this group, they are ready for anything that will come from the zoo. So the second one is about Obinze military barracks. Prime Minister is that Obinze military barrack will go down very soon. And the reason Oji. The reason but that na Obinze military barracks as na far package you deep freezer na that place. We na babusi umubanye onye fa gburu for harvest ya organ onye afọ. Pack ya that deep freezer. Nele anu mwaka banye. Good morning, Ada Biafra. Blessing Chukwu. God bless you for joining me. It is a wonderful day, beautiful day in our eyes, and we must be glad in it. God is a wonderful God. Opunofo ojiji eji Maazị Nnamdi Kanu onwe a lot of meanings. Chuba chogo ka Biafra abịa. Onye ndu si na ya dị ready iji ndụ ya chụọ aja mana Chukwu amekwe. O meji ndụ ya chụọ aja. Mana unu ga-aghọta na onye kwelu n'ụdị nkwa na ebe ọ nọ kịta dịkwa ka iji ndụ ya wee chụọ aja. Chukwu wee mee ka ọnọdụ ebe afọ. O nwere ife ga-eme. Maka na ọ bụ na onye ndu nọgodu with us kịta, ife niile anyị na-eme achieve, anya memi achieve. Maka na o welu ndị ọjọọ wee surround onwe. Ọ ga one step forward, for drag anya 10 steps backward. Ụmụba ya nọdụ na-ata afụfụ. Whereas no maka afụfụ ụmụba anyị na-ata ka onye ndu ji wee nọdụ ebe ọ nọ today. So the other trending news but data collection registration going on now. And onye dị in charge bụ Professor Chioma in United States of America. That's where she resides. And she started by lecturing us, and most of you must have attended it and listened to what she said. I will play part of it here so that you people will understand the warning she is giving. But during the opening speech, our Prime Minister warned Mr. Iwuanyanwu, who is professing to be the leader of Igbo right now. You people know that Iwuanyanwu is not a good representative of Igbo people or Biafra in totality. Iwuanyanwu the very unpopular. Unu cheteli ifo mail part o play during Otokoto. Ogo Otokoto na-eme exactly ifo biz a military na-eme kita. Far where na their hotel, that Otokoto hotel, because ndị be anyị na-eluzo so much, we forget very easily. That Otokoto hotel na-eme exactly ifo biz a military barracks na-eme kita. Or if a pharmacy with this Iwuanyanwu. Onye ịlọji ya na hotel ndị Otokoto hotel. Fegbuo gị n'abalị. Bọkasịa n'onye afọ. Buloga niile park ya na freezer na-ele abroad. Ewe jidefa. Fakpola afọ Iwuanyanwu as one of them. That man can never represent ndị Igbo. Onye asị ka ọ bụ. So our Prime Minister warned us, stop or distract our struggle by talking about federalism in Biafran land. You can imagine people like that with his size, with his height, with his age. Some of these people, Bundi Fulani, Panasav, the young enough to be Iwuanyanwu's children and grandchildren. Ogobuna, Ndiba na maliri towards Fulanese. People that visited with their grandfather Osman Danfodio so many years ago, coming here to tell you people where to sit in your homeland. So our Prime Minister warned only, say stop or distract what we are doing. And that this is the first and last warning to him. Biafra is coming this year and will be declared in October. So, and you need anybody to distract us. So the next item here in this trending news, an Igbo lady soldier, the ordeal she's having, it is just there on our Prime Minister's Twitter handle. This officer, Sinonwe familiar, Okpola Fandia Gejide. I will play the video here for you to listen to her voice and what she has to say about her ordeal with these military people. Etufasi na abụya injection. Si n'isi adịrị ya mma. Maka na onye isi fa ọkpọkwala afịa chọrọ idina with her. Ya wee jụ, osi no ife akafa na-eme na military. Ngwa n'ezie n'anya, if we have to remain in Nigeria, this is what we have been going through. Is this what we are going to continue with? So my people, that is that. I will touch on all the headings before Ngaba into them one after the other. Then the next trending news is Abia State. Abia State Governor, Governor Oti. Una magona fani nebundi Governor Anona Zoo. They are doing the bidding of their masters, the Fulanese. Governor Oti, though he is building roads, but I don't know. Ndị be anyị pharmacy ntụ ka nwoke or pharmacy ọsọ ka nwoke pharma ntụ ka nwanyị. I don't know ka esi atụ ya n'inu. He is collaborating with the military. This Christopher Musa, Minister of Defense or Chief of Army Defense in Zoo, senior ne collaborate with the Abia State Governor about insecurity or about security. So our Prime Minister now say, look at this fool. Abia State has no problem there. There is no insecurity or security concerns there. Everything in Abia State is quiet. But you people should cast your mind back to last month, December, when the Boko Haram generator, the man from Boko Haram, Vice President, Ogo visit Abia State. We were all wondering, what is wrong with this man? What is he up to? What is he going to do? So, you will not be surprised to know that these people, they have evil agenda, you know? So, the last item I will read out here, one of the subtitles of this trending news is Brgie security meeting held with by the Prime Minister and his cabinet ministers about the security of Biafra and what they have resolved to do. So let me start by reading out some of these things so that everyone will understand where I am going to. Let me start with one of our sisters, the one that said that if anything happens to her, she has left the name of the people we should hold responsible. She said that the first one is Colonel Ibrahim Abdul Karim and Colonel G.S. Ogor, O-G-O-R, and Brigadier General Ibrahim Solebo. These are the people disturbing and distracting this girl. Good morning, Ambrose. You are welcome. Thank you for joining. Listen to our sister talking now.
The mission we did was very wrong. But let's set ourselves. Let me tell you guys the truth back. This one seeing this. They are very, very wicked. They are even worse than for Nashomolu. Let me lie to you. So let me tell you one story. Before I will tell you this story, I know definitely they will come for me. They will lock me up and they will dismiss me. I'm okay.
She said that she knows that because of this thing she is going to disclose here, that she knows that they will lock her up or probably dismiss her, but she doesn't care because the volume of this audio is not loud enough.
For coming out to make this video, I can't endure again. So I don't want to die.
She said that she can't endure anymore, that she does not want to die young.
Okay. For me, but before anybody will dismiss me, listen me. Anyone that call for the other, anybody that call me for any other, anybody that want to do my child, anybody that want to do my other to dismiss me, they will be person that do the other will see this. He or she will see this. And this is happen to me. Please hold Kone IB Abukari responsible, Kone GS Ogo, and Brigadier General IB Abukari, IB Shilibo. All these three people responsible, they are they don't want me to grow, they don't want my progress. This is what happened. 2022, I was supposed to Cantonment Medical Center or job.
Yes, she mentioned the three names again, Colonel Ibrahim Abdul Karim and Colonel G.S. Ogo and Brigadier General Ibrahim Solebo. That 2022, she's supposed to be sent to a military training, but they did not put her name because they all want to sleep with her and she's refusing them.
Yeah, I met Konya who requested for me and I refused. Ever since then, this must be my nightmare in the army. Threatening to dismiss me each time he see me. He injects me, come to my room to inject me. My own apartment, come to my room here to inject me.
So he said that since 2022 that the man made sexual advances to her and she refused, that the man doesn't want her progress, the man doesn't want her to progress in the military, that the man will send some people, they will come to her room and inject her. And when she says anything, they will say, oh, don't mind her, she has mental problem. You see what the zoo, what they do to people? This thing was posted by our PM. Look at it in his Twitter handle. You know, my studio is a bit wobbly, you know, is here. You will see our Prime Minister's picture on his Twitter handle. He said, I heard that these terrorist military are running kitty kitty, kata kata, trying. Sorry, that's not the one. This is what the smelling terrorists in Osman Danfodio terrorist organization called Nigerian Army do to our girls. Just listen to her. So my people, this is not very audible. It doesn't, I've played her voice and you cannot hear her. So our Prime Minister has warned, you know, these people doing this to our girls, but you know the zoo, they will never stop. They will never stop, you know. So coming to the one I read about, the Biafra Liberation Army snipers. You know how snipers, how they walk. Once they come like the hawk, the way the hawk comes to carry the small baby hen, that is how these people walk. Look at them from our Prime Minister's Twitter handle. This is their looks. He said that they are now undergoing training, serious training, that they will be unveiled soon. So our Prime Minister and his cabinet group, they are not stopping at anything, but to make sure that we are fully prepared, waiting for this zoo government, because they have a lot of things in their own agenda. So let me read out for you what our Prime Minister said about this security issue. He says, the Biafra government has just concluded the second security meeting of the year 2024 and resolved they have 5 resolutions. 1, he said all oil companies operating within Biafra land must obtain license from Biafra government or vacate their operation site, as their security will no longer be guaranteed in Biafra territory until after declaration of Biafra, which is in October. Second, all oil companies who obtain license from Biafra government will continue operation uninterrupted. So my people, you know what this means. You know, when he mentioned all this on the 5th of this month, January 2024, he mentioned about pipelines going off, and they started yesterday, 12th of January. The pipelines are all in flames, but some of the companies who want to renew their licenses should approach Biafra government, because every oil and all the pipes are in Biafra land. You people should realize that these people also have oil in the north, between Niger and the north, but they are reserving it. Now the oil in Bayelsa have dried up. Now they are laying pipe from Izombe, Uguta, down to that place. That's why Dangote's massive, world biggest refinery has not taken off. You know, this our agitation is something we have to be doing, mentioning all this for us to know that our Prime Minister is not just fighting to get Biafra for us. He is fighting a lot of battles, underground battles that he's fighting. Sorry, my people, you know when you are talking too much, your throat goes dry. So the third resolution said Biafra government will provide adequate security and enabling environment to any oil company with Biafra government license. Fourth, the Biafra government really mean that if you can't do the above 1 to 3 list, you must start leaving and vacating all oil platforms. Finally, this notice may not come again. We are committed to fighting Nigeria Islamic State terrorism from its source of finance, which is the oil pipe in Biafra land. So he said, between now and next week, the operation strangulation of the economic will be taken to another level. The oil pipeline will continue to go in flames, and the affected oil company will be shut down. The Heritage Oil Pipeline has been shut down from today. This government is our government, and we no go gree for anybody. That's how he ended it up. My people, our Prime Minister is very, very intentional about everything he is doing. Everything he is doing is in accordance with Biafra liberation this very year. So, my people, we are good to go. Let me play for you the voice of Professor Chioma. You know,
list for the following members of Biafra and start now. May the souls of the departed heroes and heroines rest in peace as we continue to fight, declare, and restore and defend Biafra. Say. Prime Minister, welcome. You have the stage. Good evening, everyone. I don't want to waste time, and I have nothing else to say other than to warn Iwanyamu before we start. Iwanyamu is not speaking for the Biafra people. Iwanyamu is not speaking for the Igbos. Iwanyamu is not representing anybody, not representing any region, not representing any ethnic group. Iwanyamu must refrain and stop parading himself.
Okay, my sister, listen very well. Are you ready? Good morning, BMO. You are welcome. Please, Blessing, indicate if you are ready to write down the number so that I will give it back to you now. The number of the de facto government, the WhatsApp. So we all should take it and send it to our people back home, because many of them, they have contacted me personally on my phone, which is my WhatsApp phone, which is displayed here. So the number is +316 855 162 43. I repeat, +31 68 55 16 243. This WhatsApp number, our Prime Minister said that because during the first part of the data collection lecture by Professor Chioma, many people were asking our Prime Minister whether that they don't know the state where they belong and where they should find out, I beg your pardon, where they should find out the state where they belong. So he promised that thank you, Blessing, for confirmation. So they told Prime Minister that they don't know where to go to, and he promised that he will release this number. So this is a WhatsApp number for the de facto government. Once you contact them, they will tell you, they will ask you your state of, that's the old state. For instance, we have old Imo State, which is in Owerri. Owerri is the capital, but we now have Olu State, which is the new and the current Imo State. We have Olu State, we have Okigwe State, and we have Owerri State. So when you call this number or you give it your people at home, they will then connect you to the de facto government, who will tell you where your state is. I have people from my own state that I will send this number to the number they gave me to, for them to call and find out where they belong. We are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that every Biafran know where they belong. So I continue with the voice of our Prime Minister.
As the mouthpiece of Undibo. He does not speak for Undibo. He does not represent anybody. He does not represent Biafra. He doesn't believe in Biafra. He does not believe in freedom of our people. I have come across a message that says Iwanyamu is talking about federalism. Without Biafra liberation and Biafra struggle, Iwanyamu can't talk about federalism. Without the struggle for freedom of independent state of Biafra today, Iwanyamu cannot talk about federalism. And without us, Iwanyamu have no voice. He is talking today because there is noise coming from all corner of Biafra. So this is going to be last warning to Iwanyanwu and his group, trying to distract us by talking rubbish about federalism. Who is he using the might, or who is he, to begin to advocate for federalism when we're already very close to our freedom? And what prompted him to start talking about federalism? If not the Biafra government today, if not that we are fighting against terrorism, against killing, sponsored by the Nigeria state, Iwanyanwu have no reason whatsoever to talk about federalism. So we are warning him as a government this evening, for the very first time, that if he speak again, we will make him the enemy. And believe me, he's not going to run very far. Thank you. The team can continue from here. Thank you, the President of BIAFRAN today.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Professor Chioma, you have the stage.
Thank you very much, BIAFRANs, and good evening from my location. I salute you, the Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I also salute our Onyendu, the Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I salute all Biafrans, and I also salute you, Honorable Iwunze. We are in your neck of the wood today. I also thank all the committees that are working on the Biafra database. And
hello, you are welcome.
But the people
Thank you for
see
joining.
and the people that you don't see, some of us are here, others are.
Please, my people, remember to like and share. Last time, one of my followers and the people that always join me, he said that he has not subscribed to Betty Ford TV. Please subscribe so that whenever I am on, streaming online, they will notify you. Thank you. Make your comments and I will read it out. Or call me on this number. Today is Saturday. We have to take our time. We are not in a rush. This is Professor Chioma, the lady who is in charge of our data collection. Let me continue with her program.
I thank you for all the things you are doing. Biafrans in the homeland, we salute you, we thank you. And we urge you to pay attention to the program that the Biafra government is running. So I'm going to share my screen so that the program would start. Thank you. I hope everyone can see my screen. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So today is the second day of the United States of Biafra database and ID card registration. Citizens Education Part 1. Remember Part 1. We will come back for Part 2. But before I continue, please, Biafrans, those of you that are right here in the Zoom, and people that are watching from all platforms, please, the information in yellow is really important. The link for Biafra government database and ID card record.
Let me read out for you, those of you who are here, what that link in yellow said. It said, the link for Biafra government database and ID card registration is not out yet. The PM will announce it when it becomes available. And while she was stressing on this is that she said that some people have started marketing this very database, charging people $300, that we should disregard those people. You know, in everything we are doing, we always have trying to adulterate what we are doing. And the zoo is always good in hiring people to do this for them, just to distract us. So everyone should remain focused, because this database is the main and the core reason for Biafra existence, because this database will go to show the number of Biafrans, the population of Biafrans, your name, in case of anything happening to you, both home and abroad, you will be protected. So we are talking of Biafra, but this is the main thing, the one that deals with us as individuals, because you cannot be talking about Biafra without your country knowing who you are. This is how, it looks like what we are doing now. This database is, by the way, this is the main thing, because in the zoo, no database, no data collection. Where I live, the country where I live, they don't joke with this. They have birth registration and death registration. So when somebody dies, they register it. When somebody is born, they register it. But because we don't have that system in existence before, that's why our prime minister and his cabinet ministers have decided to do this. Because some people might be thinking, oh, what's the essence of doing this? This is the main Biafra we are talking about, that will contain everybody's detail. So let me continue.
Registration is not yet out. When it is out, the Prime Minister would announce it, and you would know. Do not fall prey. There are links out there flying, and in some cases, some people are now walking around with forms claiming to be collecting data and asking Biafrans to pay $300. They claim to be the Biafra government. No, that is fraudulent. So please do not fall prey to that. The official link is not yet out. Thank you. So why are we here? We are here to talk about our database, how you can participate, and how you can get the only authentic Biafra identification card. There are different stages of this database registration and ID card application. So in today's class, you will learn why you need to participate in this program, the data collection and ID card registration. You will also learn the different types of applications so that when it is time, you know what to do. We have type A, we have type B, there is type C, there is also the type D. We will go into details to explain what these different types are, so that each and every one of you will understand the category that you fall in. We will talk about the eligibility criteria for the different data collection categories. We will also discuss the documents that are required for the registration and ID card application. So some of you may be asking, why should I participate in this data collection? Some of you may be having double mind, and some people may even be telling others not to participate in this project. I need you to listen. because you are doing it for yourself. Whatever you are doing, you're doing for yourself. You're not doing it for the Prime Minister. You are not doing it for me. You are not doing it for anyone else, but for yourself, your family, and probably your country, your state, your town, your community. So, for the Biafra government to serve you the way that you deserve as a person, we need the database for efficient and effective national planning and delivery of services. These services will be delivered to you, the citizen. Some of these services will include improved services. If you think about what you are getting right now, if you are in Biafra land, think of the services you're getting from your government. When was the last time you had electricity? And when was the last time you paid NEPA bill? When was the last time you had water running from any of your pipes? This is for people in Biafra land. And for Biafrans that live in diaspora, some of you may have traveled for Christmas. Compare what you have in diaspora with your experience back home. So with improved database, we will give you improved services. Targeted policies. The job of the government is to make policies that would improve the lives of the citizens. For that policy to be targeted to certain populations, the government needs to know who lives where. How many elderly people live, say, in a Himemba versus in Owerri? If there are more elderly in a Himemba compared to Owerri, the government may institute some elderly-related programs closer to Himemba. Now, the government will not know that without collecting data. So this is why you need to participate. If you don't participate, thinking that, oh, if you do it, the Prime Minister will then succeed, or the Biafran government will succeed, then you are kicking yourself on the foot. Because what it means is that the government will not target important services to your community. Public health planning. We need the data to know who lives where. With that data, we will also know what public health needs, each community needs, so that such services will be targeted to where they are needed. Infrastructure and urban planning. Same. If we have a community that is bustling with people, then it means that we need more infrastructure that will serve the demographics of that population, compared to putting the infrastructure in a place with sparse population. Therefore, you must go to that link, register your data, so that the government knows the population density. Public safety.
So my people, you know, in summary, ife ọ na-ekwu ebe a bụ ife nya reason onye ọbụla ga-eji wee regista afịa, maka ọ na-akọwa ife okwu kịta gbasalụ ndị gasị na fa chọrọ irejista. Ige ife a n'isi, ọ dị very long, though I will still play part of it before I stop. Or if gbasalo ima, how many people you have in an area, who are the Biafrans at homeland, those who live in a community, because in the data you get in your age, your date of birth. Amalo, the area will a lot of elderly people. Makana Biafra Nabia is a wonderland, you know, and don't know manife de mother Bia easily. Biafra is going to be one of the world's most great country and nation. Ndị ọcha gara abịa be anyị unu ga-afụ maka na anyị nasịrị ana befa ga-ada. And not only that, mmanụ a bụ ebe obi ndị ọcha niile dị maka na Putin agbanyụgo mmanụ na gas na-abịalụfa kemgbe fa ji wee na-anụsi ọgụ as NATO. Maka onye na-aga ọ na-connect all these things. Ife fa ji esi ọnwụ na Biafra ma abịa and fani na-agbachi nkịtị bụ ndị ọcha make it up UN and so on and so forth. Fani na-agbachi nkịtị bụ maka na fa chọọ ka ndị nzuzu na-achị Biafra fa chọọ ka ndị nzuzu na-achị Biafra ka fa rapụfa ka fa mịba mmanụ anyị mịba gasị anyị maka na fa ma na Biafra bịa na fa ma emezie. So ife ọ na-achị kọwa kịta bụ na etu a ndị ọcha si emie ọ ife anyị chọọ iweta na be anyị maka na freedom ndị ọcha nwee freedom nwee liberty wee nwee ike na-edozi befa mana be anyị adịrọ mma a na-pollute be anyị na-eme lay pipe every corner of Biafra land. O nwere ife a na-emela anyị nothing. So isi na ime register your name ma na ime follow the link wee register onwe gị anytime afọ gị na Biafra land you will be seen as an immigrant and you will be required to go and register yourself with the immigration group whereas na ịbụ onye Biafra. So isi na ime register, that is your own problem. You register, register, you will be the one to benefit from it. Because wherever you are, whether you are at home or you travel abroad, we will have embassy all over the world. If anything happens to you, the embassy will just press the data system and your name will appear and you will be given all the protection that you well deserve. So if on a but the reason why we should all listen to the guidance towards the registration when it will come. The link is not yet out. Don't allow people to deceive you. And if you don't want to register, nobody is going to force you. So let me continue.
When it comes to public safety, the assignment of community police to certain communities would depend on one, the density of that population. If you do not register your data, we will not know how many people live in your community. Two, the level of crime. Some communities may have more crimes than the other. We hope to bring crime down in Biafra, but there is no society, even where I am residing today, where there's no crime. Ask yourself, why do every society have police, have the justice department? It is because human beings need to be policed so as to maintain law and order. If you do not register your data, we would not know your population density. We may not be able to study the crime rates in order for your government to serve you emergency response. We need to have a society where we know who lives where, so that if you get in trouble, then you are able to dial a number and you will get a response. So we need to know that information. If you don't register, we will not know. Social and economic planning. Social amenities are distributed per population. Therefore, registering your data will tell your government that, oh, we have a younger population here. So that the government would institute public libraries, playgrounds, schools, different kinds of schools, versus an elderly community or a community with grown people. Border control, very important. One of the reasons Nigeria is the way it is because the borders are open. So that Fulanis from everywhere are migrating to Nigeria. They get in, nobody knows who gets in and who gets out. As long as it's a Fulani, once the person crosses the border, the person is in Nigeria. We do not want that. Therefore, with database, we are able to tell who comes in and who goes out. Border control is not just about human beings. With a good database, we are able to tell about illicit drugs and the different kinds of export and imports that goes in and out. And with good border control, we will have secured a nation.
So, my people, in very brief and short summary, you see the way that our Prime Minister is going about bringing Biafra is fantastic, very wonderful. You know that the world is watching. If they are not watching, how will they have data about terrorist group? How will they know any country that is on the list? So they watch everything. This orderliness, this selective way of doing things, I know it will be alien to most of us because living in the zoo for so many years, under a very chaotic government, under a very disorganized environment, under an environment that has been starved of the proper things that human beings need to survive in life, we will not appreciate all this. Good morning, Njoku, you are welcome. Our Prime Minister is now displaying to you all what it means to have Biafra. Biafra is progress, Biafra is peace, Biafra is unity, and Biafra is equity. All this includes this very lecture that our professor is giving today. Everything will be orderly. Nigeria government, they don't know anything about using data. Why? Because they are very, very fraudulent. They are very, very fraudulent nation. There was a time David Cameron was the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. He never knew that the mic was open and he was saying that Nigeria is the most corrupt country in the whole world. But he later apologized when the audio was leaked. So for a man to be doing all this in this orderly manner, we should support him. Don't forget, today is the fundraising by 7 p.m. Everybody must try and support. Somebody paid yesterday, sent me his receipt, and I forwarded it to Minister of Information, because Professor Chioma here, she also said anything you do not receive from the Prime Minister Twitter handle or from the Brgie media team, don't see it or have it as an authentic, because the zoo is not stopping at anything but to disorganize what we are doing by using other people to do it. Any amount, starting from $5, $10, $20, it will go a long way. I know that once Biafra is declared, once Biafra comes, this contribution will stop. Sunday, you are welcome. Thank you so much. Like and share the video so that it goes viral, because I have a lot of information in this very broadcast today. You know, some people, when they are making their, their videos, They will talk about one topic, but I have up to 6 to 7 topics that I have discussed here today, and I am going to give you one last news that will gladden your heart. The people of DOS currently are approaching our Prime Minister. You know, they have gone all around to disorganize our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, or to distract him. They couldn't. Now they come in peace. That might be a ploy. That might be their own devised means to bring him down. They say that they want peace. They want IPOB, DOS to unite with autopilot, IPOB, but our Prime Minister, he never even listened to them. He never spoke to them. He doesn't want that distraction. You see, our Prime Minister, he is very, very focused. And he is using very educated and sophisticated-minded people as his ministers. People who are doing this, you can see that this Professor Chioma is not joking, and that she is doing this in accordance with the national and international standard. So my people, when Biafra comes, it's even going to be better than Dubai, because those ones on the na-akpọ and onwe nke farmer.
Monitoring and evaluation. When government dispenses services, a good government will sit back and ask the question.
Hello, my brother.
These services,
I have a Biafra land.
Money in certain
You are welcome.
areas. They will have to go back in and look. Are they working? If working, we keep going. If not working, can we improve? If we can, we improve. If we cannot, the policy or the service will be cancelled. We need data for that. While all these are important, and they are things that will come in the nearest future, there is an immediate reason for you as a Biafran to participate in this database project. That reason is for you to exercise your most basic civic duty. That is voting. Voting is your most basic civic but very important duty. And in this case, it is about you as a Biafran participating in the upcoming self-referendum that is coming. You must.
Yes, my people, this civic duty is just like your allegiance to Biafra. This data collection has so many connotations to it. One of them being for you to be known as a Biafran. Secondly, for you to know your rights, what Biafra owes you as your nation. Thirdly, for you to know the duty you owe to Biafra as your nation, which she said is your civic duty, like voting. You know, in Nigeria, you just go there and collect your, the one they call PVC. Even some of them were found in the gutters. No proper record. But with this very registration and data collection, during election, everybody, your name will be there. That's why they put it, Declaration of Biafra till October, so that both those in diaspora and those at homeland will be able to put their data together, and our database will be up and running. And this collection and the registration has another duty for us, which is to give you the right to vote that you want Biafra to come or you don't want it to come. You have right to say no or to say yes. But I know, my brothers and sisters, lovers of freedom, that you all want Biafra to come. So this is the point that Professor Chioma who is the minister in charge of this data collection, what she's telling us. So our prime minister, he is just a man that knows how to organize himself. If you will recall, he used to, when he used to do this media that we are doing now, he told us that he is a politician, and that is true. He is also a military man, so he knows all these things, but he cannot do it alone. A tree does not make a forest. That's why he has his ministers, people who are very, very knowledgeable, people who can explain things for you to understand. Some people will teach you, but you will not understand because they don't have teaching skills and teaching qualities. But with this woman's lectures, you will understand everything clearly.
Register your data for you to vote in the Biafra self-referendum that is coming. It is your responsibility, just as important as your job. When you do this, you are writing your name in the annals of Biafra history. People will write books about that, and you want your name to be part of it. You will live to regret it if you don't. I am sure that many people that didn't want to go to the 2023 convention because they don't want to go today are saying, if I had known, I would have attended. So, to just summarize these points, you must register your data with the Biafra government. That registration is your ticket for participation in the declaration of the restoration of the independent United States of Biafra. This declaration will happen in October, November of 2024. When you register your data as a Biafran in the database, you also have the opportunity to obtain your Biafra ID card. It is possible that this ID card will be one of the required identification documents that will grant you access to the convention center in Helsinki. So please try as much as possible to be part of this project. Now let's talk about the different categories of data collection. We have type A. This is a regular application for Biafra ID card. Remember, as you are applying for your ID card, you are also registering as a Biafra. But you have this step of getting an ID card. When the link is out, use this type A form. If you are a Biafran who is not contributing to Biafra liberation activities, meaning you've not financially contributed or you've not served Biafra in any way. This is good for all the people that want freedom, but they don't like that it is the prime minister or Awonyendu that is driving. But you want freedom. Yes, for all the politicians, you may use this. And then we review. I know if you will get Biafra ID card. Type B, special status application. You will use this form if you are a Biafran who supports our liberation. Your support can be in form of financial. You must provide receipts as evidence, or service. You must provide evidence. And some people may be wondering, what type of evidence would you have in service? People that are in media, make sure that you keep all your social media handles, both the ones that were shut down and the ones that are current. You will provide them as evidence. whether you are broadcasting, whether you are using your real name or anonymous name, whether you are the one on print. Some people don't broadcast, they are print media. Some are huge commentators that go to battle whenever the people that are showing their faces are attacked. Keep all those. Those will serve as your evidence. Type C. You use this form if you are serving the Biafra government in any capacity. Type D. You will use this type D form if you are a Biafran citizen that is applying for ID card or just registering. But the important thing here is that you can use this if you have documentation to show that you are legally residing where you are residing in diaspora. Biafrans residing in Biafra land can use the type D form to register their data. Biafrans in diaspora who do not have valid ID card or who do not have legal status in their country of residence, for example, asylees or refugees status, you can use this type D form. If you are a Biafran in diaspora, you may not be an asylee or a refugee. Perhaps you are in the process of legalizing your state, but your documents are not really out yet. Or you have your documents, but you've overstayed. You can use this form. If you want ID card, but you do not have the documents that would automatically be validated and verified to give you ID card. In this case, what will happen is that your application will be deemed with applications that would be manually evaluated, and you will undergo other forms of processing, such as interviews. You will also use the type D form. If you are a Biafran residing in diaspora, but within Nigeria, Biafra is a separate country. So when you are outside of the 40 states of Biafra plus you are in diaspora in Nigeria, use form D. Also use form D if you're a minor, and we define minors as people that are 17 years and below. So what are the eligibility criteria? What do you have to do for you to be eligible to apply for Biafra?
So my people, before we go to the eligibility criteria I know is like something that deals with what will qualify you to register. But let me give you a little advice on this type A, B to D. You know, most of us fall within the category of B, C, and D. But A will be the best category for anybody who is not an official in Biafra land or a diaspora for now. So every Biafran will be entitled to use the category A. Whether you make any contribution financially or not, but I'm not saying that you should not make contribution. But what will qualify you is just that you are a Biafran. So category A is for everyone. But B and C is for those who have something to do for Biafra, like the media team, ourselves, and the cabinet ministers, and our prime minister. They fall within category B and C. And D is general again, but with conditions. So A is just the best option for anyone so that you don't get confused. Whether you are doing anything for Biafra or not, whether you make financial contribution or not, the proper one for you is A. But if you know you are making contribution and that you are doing anything, B and C might be your best option. So for people like me, B is the direct option for me. So we are now entering into the criteria, eligibility criteria, what will qualify you. So this will now help you to know when this form comes out, the category you fall within. But A is general for everybody. I hope you understand that.
ID card or even to register.
In fact, ka nkwukwa anya n'onu ndị be anyị, ịma na ndị nọ n'ụlọ na fa ga na-asị ewo na fa marọkwanụ ka fa ga-esi mee ife a. O Prime Minister ya ekwugie n'oge the link ga-apụta n'ọfịara arụ. Ọ bụrụgodo ụmụaka nọ na village nwee phone, fa nwee ike register mmadụ niile ma ndị okenye. Ọ dị very straightforward. Ma nọ fa nwee ma ebe fa ga-choose. Fa niile tosili choose A. Fa chooselu A, ọ ga-enyelu fa aka very well. Maka na B bụ ndị na-alụlụ Biafra government in exile ọlụ, and C, a B and C. Ya ndị be anyị ndị nọ n'ụlọ ga-enweta this video. Form anwa pụtara na the link pụta, unu niile tinye aka na A, ọ ga-enyelu unu aka maka na unu ga-evote kwa, onye ọbụla ga-evote. Na nke a ka unu ga-eji wee maa na Biafra abịago, onye ọbụla nwere right to vote. October's a declare Biafra, and onwere ife ga-akwụsị unu ma na kita ndị DOS na-ayọzi ka ejikọ ka agbakọtazia fanwa na ndị Nigeria IPOB na Brgie IPOB. Famalugonu na Biafra abịago. Yes, they now know. Ịma na oge ụfọdụ ndị be anyị ndị a nwesịla ego, ndị akpili ego, ndị a chọrọ ịrapụ Nigeria. Fasi mba na fa chọrọ Biafra, ndị otu ya nwe udo si na onye ga-ewetakwa agha again na ya ga-abụ Sabo. You know, I played it yesterday. Ịchọ ije na Betty Ford TV. I have my video yesterday. I showed him. You know, nne ya nwe udo ebe ọ nọ na-asị na onye chọọ agha na ya ga-abụ Sabo. O nwere agha na-abịa. So many countries enwelugo onwefa following this route our Prime Minister may follow with the national and the international law, the stipulations, or if on a follow, so that onye ọbụla malụ na o nwere agha na-eje enu. Faghọtara ndị a nwere ego follow na agha na Biafra bụ war. Calling for Biafra is not a call for war. It is call for freedom, call for peace, call for unity. But our people na allow ndị Fulani na-etinye mma between us, na-egbubisi anyị, ndị kwe ndị ekwe. But kita afụbago na Biafra bịabago, ụfọdụ n'ime fa na-achịtazi azụ na-abịa yo Prime Minister. Even ndị Middle Belt unu fụrụ ya, after ka Prime Minister announce say etu Biafra ga-esi bịa, ọ mgbe ndị Middle Belt ji wee bịa declare for Biafra. Kita our Prime Minister is working very hard ka ọ install BLA na Middle Belt ka ndị oshi na ndị ama ghara ịdị na-abịa na-egbuzifa. You know, so my people, it is that simple. Ike Uzo, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Like and share. Click the like button so that more people will be joining. Let me continue. Biafra Biagabia, it is here. And this is one of the core things we have to have in place for the world to know that we are serious. This is why she will do this again, I think on Sunday or Monday. 3 days running now. Nke a bụ nke eme yesterday, Mwesi kambia mekwa kunu malu.
Yourself as a Biafran. Some people at this point, especially people that think that they can mess things up, may be going, oh yeah, just open it up and we go there. No, you lie, because it would not work. There are criteria that we adhere to, and we are serious about that. So the registration will occur through the Biafra Security Administration database. As I told you, the link is not yet out. If you are listening to this, or if you know anyone who has given their data to anybody, that data did not go to the Biafra government. We don't know where the data went.
Ben, you're welcome.
For you to be eligible,
I love you all.
you must be a Biafran by birth, or born of a father and a mother who by himself or herself is a Biafran. Your origin must be established within the 40 states of Biafra plus Ebube. Establishment of this origin cannot just be, oh yeah, I am Okeke from Anioma. No, because we'll go through your family tree. We will not talk about the process now. Process will be discussed in part 2 of this program. In addition to being a Biafran and your origin being unquestionable, for you to get an ID card, there are other things that you have to do. You have to live in diaspora and have legal documents where you live, or if you don't have legal documents, like I said, you may still choose that you want an ID card and there's a separate process for you. It is important to remember that when we say legal documents, Nigeria passport is not a valid identification document for Biafra government. What do you need for you to successfully register your data or apply for ID card? You need your birth certificate, if applicable. If not, there has to be other ways of authenticating your age. You will need a scanned document of ID that is issued by your country of residence. This could be the country's passport data page. It could be a driver's license. It could be a valid residence permit, or any document that shows the legality of your stay in that country. Nigeria passport, not acceptable. You have to provide passport photos, and the requirements will be shown later. Special status applicants, you have to have receipts of your contributions to our liberation. You have to help in arranging your receipts. Please do not recycle receipts. Your active membership certificate as an IPOB autopilot, your participation certificate from the 2023 self-referendum convention that was held in Helsinki. Family members of people that have been supporting our liberation efforts can also apply using the status of their family members. A good example is a child that is of age, perhaps needs an ID card, but does not have enough money, therefore has not made enough contribution on their own, can use their parents' contribution as long as the contributions are verifiable. This is a sample of the ID card. Please bear in mind that this sample may change as we get closer to the finish line. So what are the passport requirements? We are adopting the Finland standard. So for the dimensions, the passport must be 35 millimeter by 45 millimeter. And it will not be less than 300 dpi. This is the quality. There is a requirement for height. The properties of the photos are also listed. It has to be a colored photo. When saving, for you to be able to upload into the site, you have to save it as JPEG. Please do not enhance your photo, and headgears are not allowed. Now, there are tips on what you can do to have an acceptable passport photo. The photo must be taken within the last 6 months. If your photo is like a year old, please retake. Your face must be clear on the image. Use an off-color background. If you wear glasses like me, remove earrings or any piercing. If possible, take them off. And avoid shadows, textures, and lines on your photo. There are also position requirements. Your head must be facing forward, eyes horizontal, looking straight at the camera, and do not tilt your head. For children, it might be difficult for them to adhere. For some other people with some health challenges, it might be difficult for them to adhere. In such cases, there are exceptions for health challenges. Then we will have to review the particular individual depending on their type of challenge and make exceptions.
So my people, this very criteria is very straightforward. What she is on here is about the nature of the picture, your passport photograph that will be on your Biafra ID card, and during the data collection, the way the passport will look like and everything. So she's going to come on, I think on Monday, to complete the whole process of lecture. This is just the lecture. So whenever the link comes out, every Biafra Brgie media team will display it. By that time, I must have connected my Facebook on this studio so that it will go far and wide. Let me recap again on what I have already discussed before I go. The first one is locate your state and send message to de facto government on this WhatsApp number +316 855 162 43. I repeat, +31 68 55 16 243. This number is a number that anyone who has a brother in our homeland, because most of them, they contacted me asking me, oh, sister, I don't know which state we now belong. How can we know? When I contacted the information minister, he told me to wait for this WhatsApp number to be generated. And yesterday, our prime minister announced this very WhatsApp number. So if you take the WhatsApp number, in case you are here or you're hearing me from wherever you are watching, just send it home, because this is for people in the homeland. Once you record this number, Send a message to it. Somebody will answer you. Then you will then either call them or send them another message with your queries where your state now belong. You will tell them what your state of origin is. As I said before, we call Old Imo State is now Okigwe State, Olu State, and Owerri State. So in the current Owerri, Imo State, we now have 3 states created from there: Olu State, Owerri State, and Okigwe State. So in the trading news that I have today is Biafra Liberation Army, the sniper squad. They are undergoing training now, and Prime Minister said that they will be soon unveiled. You people know what a sniper is. These people are even more powerful than the Biafra Liberation Army. You know that currently someone wrote in his Twitter handle that he drove from, I don't know where he was coming from, I think Enugu to Imo State or to wherever, that there is no military checkpoint. So this is one of the achievements this year by our Prime Minister. Then the second trending news is the Obis, the military barracks. Our Prime Minister said that it will go down very soon. You people will recall that sometimes last month he made mention of it, because in Obis, the barracks, what the military do there is that they have freezers. Ebefana store organ. After that, they will lift it and sell it abroad. Kunu wefu ife ndị a na-eme anyị. Famwe the same thing na Anambra. Famwe the same thing na Anambra. So, Prime Minister said that this OB is a military barracks. Very, very soon, I ga abolish that military barracks. So the third one is this data collection, which I have just played for you people to hear Professor Chioma. And during the opening speech, our Prime Minister warned the Wanyang to stop distracting Biafrans by talking about federalism in Biafra land. That man is not a proper representative of Ndi Igbo. Maka na oge ya na ndị otokoto na-eme ife a ndị Obis military na-eme. Unu ma that time. So the fourth one was the Igbo lady who is in military right now. Etu ndị colonel na ndị brigadier si na torture this very girl. Na agba ọgwụ si na ọ dị mentally ill. Bully eje na mental hospital, dump one there for 1 month. O si na Fabia na BIAFRAN na agba that injection. Maka na fasika fani adina ojo. She refused to sleep with this senior military officer. A lot of things going on in Nigeria. We fall in parallel line with these people. We can never meet. And we Biafrans should not allow them to drag us down to their weak and evil level. So the next other trending news is Abia State Governor, who have agreed to partner with the military for security purposes. Ndị be anyị jụkwanụ m kedu insecurity dị n'Abia State. You people know that Shetima visited Abia State in December. Fawene echichi si na ọ bụ ometelu ndị Igbo. Ka onye a si mete ndị Igbo. Oge ya na Kunle made that audio message leaky. Unu ma ife ọnọdụ na-ekwu ka ga-esi wee silence ya ndị Southeast. Mee ndị Igbo kafata afụfụ na Lagos. Ka Ọba of Benin Ọba of Lagos. Ka okpolu ndị Igbo wunye na Lagoon. You people saw how they demolished Biafra houses in Lagos. No compensation. So These are the summary of everything and the security meeting that the Prime Minister had with his cabinet members regarding the oil pipeline, which started going in flames yesterday, 12th of January. My people, ọgwụkwanụ ka ọra m n'onu unu mana onye kwusi eziokwu meghekwa ọnụ ikwu o nwezi ike ọsịbazi asị. I don't have any other thing to tell you people today, and I wish you all well. I thank you all Biafrans, both those who are at home and those who are abroad. We are wonderful people, wonderfully made by God. We cannot compromise our standard, not at all. Onye Chineke meleze omegi eze. Anyị abụrụ ndị na-apịtọgharị aka, ndị Fulani ji etọba aka, anyị na fa bụrụ ofu. Besides, ndị a bụ ndị bịara abịa, fame win nata anyị, anyị bụ nke anyị nwa oil, fa nwa nwekwa nke papa ji manage but leave us alone. So ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, onye ọbụla try ya ka ọ fụ na o tinyela afịa n'akwụkwọ. October tele aka mana ọ dịkwa nso before I get declare Biafra, to make sure that you thank you very much, Ambrose. God bless you. Thank you for acknowledging me, and thank you for that very wonderful remarks. Thank you so much. Unu manada akwụ anyị ụgwọ, which means na if anyị na-eme bụ voluntary. Maka na onye anyị na-alụlụ ọlụ bụ oke mmụọ, onye anyị na-achụrụ aja bụkwa oke mmụọ. You know, Biafra ga-abịalili. It will come, and we will all make this history together. We will. Iwu bụ na Biafra ga-abịa. Ka ndị be anyị zuo ike, nwee peace. You know, I now see everywhere, whereas na a blessed land. No, it is good to stand and wage war against these people. And for God to keep Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, means that we are his own people. We are God's own children. Make no mistake about it. Una amaro ma Jesus Christ na si na akpogbu ma ọ bụ onye ojii. Maka na Bible kwu si na onwe nwaanyị a na-akpọ Rebeka amụrụ ụmụ na-abụ, ofu dị ọcha ofu dị ojii. Unu mana ndị a na-acha ọcha fe nwere ike ịkpọgbu onye befa. No, onye ojii ka fa ga-akpọgbu. So anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke direct. Onye ọbụla ga-eme everything o nwere ike ime. All of you know here, you are all working. I can even identify all of you to anywhere. Nunu so when I saw this Biafra, for coming here to join me, to make your comments, to click and like and share. You are doing a great job. Thank you so much, my people. Lotakwa nifokoko ndemku. Ose. Na onye ndị logba gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Ndị Biafra, una larụkwa n'ụla. Those of you nọ na diaspora, biko na-ezigakwala unu ụmụnne anyị nọ na Nigeria. They trapped. Na-ezigakwala unu ife na ife na afịa arụ de. Call nna de nwete in a week or the too much. Fa begide akwa. Ụfọdụ eme video zitelum. Onwe nnọọ nke mee video zitelum na December ebe ma akwa. Ebelu ma akwa. Ụmụnne anyị nọ na zoo na ata afụfụ so much. But Chukwu ewepụtago our Prime Minister. Wepụta Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ isi afụrụ wee kwaba okwu. Onye lozokwana ya. Onye lozokwana ya ọkwa our supreme leader. Onye afọ ama anwụnata. Ebe ọ bụ na ọ dị ndụ wee luo tata. After afụfụ niile patali ya. Unu mana isi nweze ada atọ na mba. Nwere ife ga-emie. Mana afọ na Chukwu mụma wee debi ebe anwa. Ka anyị wee luo this stage anyị lu. Chekikwanụ no 2021 bụ oge ejideli ya. Our Prime Minister will take over na 2022. Barely 1 year and 7 months or 1 year and 6 months. Nearby Nokita, October this year anyị ga-enweta Biafra. O nwere ọgụ a na-anụli ya. All law ka a ga-eji wee nweta the rules or if ọ na-efolo. Ka ọ dịla onye ọbụla mma. I love you all. Have a nice weekend. Don't forget to follow me tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, because weekends I do come out on the afternoon to allow people to do their homework and see their children, bond with their families. At Biafra, you will all enjoy. Thank you so much. And bye for now. I love you all, my great people.